Welcome back. I think we've started this properly. We're on time. We have Wi-Fi. And you're back live on the air. OTT Sports Network bringing it to you from rink number 6. Next door to where we played this morning. The seating keeps getting better as we're down low on the ice, just above the glass here. Noisy rink, noisy barn, but we got some action for you today. Arapahoe White is in the house, taking on our fellow Arapahoe Warriors team. We played these guys once this year. It came out as a victory, but that means nothing. Different day, different rink, different motives for each one of these teams now, as this tournament's getting tighter and tighter. I'm Harry Haviland here with you, and Brian Bodane is too full from his McGullivers or whatever it was, Irish stew this afternoon. So he's handed over the reins to Sean Stewart.
Hi.
He's gonna be joining me, trying not to make you dizzy on the camera, and we're gonna even try to keep up with the score in the period.
I'm gonna do a good job this time, Trevor. Don't worry about it.
I'd say it's your last chance, but there's as many chances as you need, because I really do appreciate the help. My hand's not even steady enough to run a camera on a tripod. I checked out there after the game too, went through some of it with our producers in the truck and noticed that the mic wasn't working. It was in and out, hoping that everything's a little bit more solid this afternoon for you guys, as we're up for an exciting one. This is the last game of the day for us, and then we don't even play again until 4:30 or something like that tomorrow afternoon. Got a good solid break there to get some rest. Here we go. Foster, Weber, and Fredette. DeLu and Lauber out there on D. Lauber stops in his own zone, checks up, looking for the breakout pass. Has Fredette ahead of him. Puts it up over the boards, gets run into there by a player. I don't even know how to call it. Arapahoe, I guess. The Warriors and the Warriors. Arapahoe breaking it back in. Takes that shot from the top of the circle. It's blocked by Lauber. So he kicks it off the boards, and then it's pinched in there by Arapahoe. Holding the zone, hand pass over. Tipped out there by Lauber. Fredette can't clear the zone. Weber finally gets a backhand on it, bouncing it off the scorekeeper's booth. And right back over to White. Canterbury off the bench, fresh, ready to go. Passes across to DeLu. Flipped up to Fredette. He gets a stick on it, and Foster chasing it into the corner. White picking it up behind the net. Oh, Foster trying to steal that one. Banks it out into the slot. And Arapahoe White turns it out to center ice. They've got the pressure on this team so far coming in. Shot on net. Prokop knocks it down, covers it with his glove, and we're 1 minute and 14 seconds into this game, tied up at zeros, but White having more opportunity.
They don't want to lose any more than we do.
No teams ever do, I don't think. Even though some days it might feel like it. On Prokop again, he covers it up. Castillo winning that one over to Haviland, pushing it ahead of himself up over the boards, can't get it past two players, and he feeds it to Stewart. Finn Stewart on a breakaway, working his way in. Stewart wraps that one around and goes on the inside of the post and bounces out through the crease. Oh my! Now Canterbury gets center ice, has it on his backhand. He's coming in with Stewart on the wing. Canterbury gets it taken away. Back out to the point, Castillo covering. Castillo off the boards a couple of times. Haviland wide open in front. Picked up there by White in the corner. Haviland gets it put around him. Annie Bevan stepping in off the blue line. Pinching in. Haviland looking for Castillo. Castillo gets tangled up with 3 White players. And they turn it around coming through center ice. Arapahoe White forcing their way into Navy's zone. And Castillo has it again. Bodane up ahead of him. Castillo's gonna push hard. Coming up the right wing, has Bodane wide, trying to get it across to him. Banged up on the stick, but Castillo doesn't give up the fight. Now Bodane behind the net. There, Bodane working his way out of the corner, looking to get a shot off. It gets into the goaltender who covers up on that one for another whistle. 11:29 left to go. First period action here on the OTT Sports Network. Bringing it to you this weekend from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Technically we're in Blaine, but that'd be like saying we're in Denver when we're in Aurora. Yeah, exactly. Oh, goalie couldn't keep the glove on that one. And they reverse it around the far side. McGowan, centering pass. Stop there, but oh. Manick having a little discussion. So he didn't like getting hit in the back, but the play goes on. And Bevan back in her end. Into the corner. 1-on-2, Bevan behind the net with the Warriors, white players. Bringing it out, Manick can't clear the zone. Arapahoe holding it in. Popovic feeding it out, dumps it all the way down the ice. That's gonna be an icing call. And it's brought back down for a defensive zone faceoff for your Navy Warriors. Can't just say Warriors here, it's tough.
No. You gotta say Navy white.
Navy and white. Even though they're, I don't know, dark blue,
Gray
purplish,
or blue.
and gray.
It's like gray or blue.
Yeah. One back, DeLue behind the net. Lauber helping him out. Good to see he's okay after a huge collision this morning. DeLue up to Fredette. Decides to pass it up. Fredette's working his way in. Shot looking for that top corner. Goalie drops it after he makes a stop with his glove hand. Fredette banging in the corner. Still on top of it. Wheels that one back around the boards. Rimmed over there for Foster chasing it down. Kevin Foster back over to Weber. Trying to find Foster on the give and go to work their way out of the corner. Gets to the net, but not close enough for the goalie to get a hand on it. Out to the point, and DeLue dumps it right back in. Over to Fredette. Takes a shot right into that big X on the goalie's chest.
Not a lot of deception on that one.
No, we saw that one coming. Castillo, Haviland, and Stewart back on the ice. DeLue and Lauber staying out there on the blue line. One back, Haviland tipped it but couldn't get it far enough, and now White's coming out of their zone with it. Through center ice, they get across the red line, dump it in deep. DeLue trying to get it behind. Haviland now tied up in his skates. Centering pass goes all the way out of the zone. White chasing it back as Stewart and Castillo pursue. Haviland tips that one away, and Stewart loses it in the feet of Castillo, picked back up by White. They gain the offensive zone. Shot comes in, Prokop kicks the leg out, knocking that one into the corner. Lauber spinning, trying to go around, stopped there by White. To the point, shot, past the block and past the net. White pinching in on the far side. Haviland can't clear the zone. Lauber's still fighting for it. They get it out, and now Castillo's got some room. Can't skate by the swinging stick of the White player. They spin it right back around. Haviland breaks that pass up, knocks it back over to DeLue, who clears the zone. White still has it, trying to stay on side. They go cross ice and dump it in as they rip off for a change. Holding it in here is White, giving Navy everything they can handle right now. DeLue, backhand, clears it out of the zone, but only to center ice. Put that up in the air, Bodine gets a piece of it, knocks it down, but White collects and goes back into the Warriors zone, into the Navy zone. There, Bodine gets it to the blue line, but not out as the ref signals no offside. And now Popovic. Oh, here he goes. That's absolutely hooked up there. And that's going to be in front of the ref and called up. And he's just going to call a hook on him there as Popovic was heading out. He wants a penalty shot. He's in center ice going, drop the puck. I'm skating this one in. I want another crack at it. The ref says, no, that's a hook.
Pretty swift start to the game. I think if either one of these teams had played like this morning, there might have been different outcomes.
I think you're right on that. I'd say that White's out shooting Navy right now, as the majority of the play seems to have been in Navy's, but they got the power play now. And now they're feeding it around. Kolcheski with a shot. Tipped in front right into that goaltender, hanging on for a whistle. 1 minute and 30 seconds for that penalty. We're down to 122 with 8:42 left to go in the first period. Still zeros on the scoreboard. Popovic winning that draw. Back to Kolcheski on the point. Cannonberg back to Kolcheski, sees a line, whips on the shot, but Bodine picks it up in front and puts that one across the crease to the other side. Cannonberg keeping it in. Popovic back out to Cannonberg from his knees. Shot goes in, gets blocked before he gets to the goaltender. And now Manic's battling behind the net. Manic up the boards off the ref, gets that one to White. Now Kolcheski collects and regroups at center ice. 3 players on the one side of the ice there again for Navy. Popovic on the back check, careful not to do what just happened to him. Does a great job of breaking that one up. Back over to Cannonberg, who's working his way out of his own end. Cannonberg finds Manic, feeds it on his backhand. Manic going around one, tipping that in for Foster. Racing into the corner against White. Foster can't control that puck, but it gets out to the point and Bevan gets it. Gets a weak shot off. White spinning, getting it out of their zone as Navy completes the changes. Arapahoe White working their way into Navy's territory. Bevan clears it out to the side. Burdette feeding that one off. Doesn't bounce past center ice before it's picked up by White. Foster banging for it. Weber to Burdette. He's coming in looking for take a shot. Does it off the crossbar and down. Barowski. Bevan's gonna work her way in there. Good pinch and look there by Annie Bevan. Foster goes crashing up against the boards. Burdette in there to help him. It gets kicked out. And White clearing this one out, coming in and backing in against Bevan and McGowan. Centering pass, stripped there by Foster. Or Weber, sorry. Burdette to Foster. Backhand drop for Weber. He can't poke that one into the clear. Now racing forward is Annie Bevan, who keeps that one out. White's got to be careful not to go offside, but they managed to keep on that puck and now work their way onside into the zone. Spinning, out and cleared. Annie stick handles that one over just behind Graham McGowan, who's forced back into his own zone. Around the boards for Stewart. Stewart and Castillo trying to get this out of the zone. Centers back over to Weber. Clears the zone, but then it's picked right back up by White. Turned in deep. Bevan chasing it down. A little under 6 minutes to go here in the first period. And again, the majority of this play is all down in the Navy end. Stewart spinning on the puck. Has a little bit of time with it. Looking to get it up deep. It bounces and Navy picks it up. Stewart back over to Castillo. Feeds it around. Stewart picks it up. Looking to redeem that last one that went off the inside post. Stewart works his way in the backhand. Controlling this puck in behind the net. Makes the pass out straight to White. And they head in the opposite direction. Good job there by DeLue, forcing the non-shot. Off the boards, back to himself. Lauber trying to get this one out. Haviland clears it out of the zone, has Castillo up with him. Pushed off the puck there, and White just relentlessly putting it back into the Navy's territory. To the far side, Bodine at the blue line trying to jump around. Lauber gets held up, Haviland can't get it clear. Now White coming in, taking off there, and then Bodine's stick is lifted as it reversed back. Stopped in front by Lauber. DeLue, Castillo. White behind the net. Some physical battles there in front of the net.
Yeah, get a little physical. Little proof that both teams want it.
It is.
I don't mind a little bit of physicality.
Well, long as it stays clean, I love that part of the game. A little bit chillier in this rink than it was in the other ones too. No heaters in this zone. White with the shot, right into the glove of Simon Prokop, holding on for another whistle. Rinse and repeat over his left shoulder, down in the Navy's defensive zone. I don't know, Sean, I'd really like to see some action on the other side of this rink.
I would love to see a little bit more on the other end.
Kolcheski up the boards, Bodine tips it. White's holding it in at the blue line. Popovic can't get it out. White picks it back up, takes a shot. They sail that one a little bit wide. Manic's going to give an attempt on his side. He's bumped off the puck there, and then Popovic finally clears it. Try to backhand that one to Bodine. It's intercepted, but then grabbed right over there by Manic. Gets muscled off of it. Into the corner, Popovic. Nobody in front. Entering pass again. Nobody in front. Popovic still has it. Rung it around the far side over to Manic. White collides with each other, giving Canterbury a chance. Stepping off the blue line, deflected shot. Goalie save. Another one goes through the crease, and Kolchevsky's going to pinch in. Doesn't get there in time, but Bodine saves him at the blue line. Bodine trying to shoot that one. Oh, that just went up over the top corner off the tip. 3:25 left to go here, still 0-0. But we're getting some action down in the White's end of the rink for a change here, which is a positive thing for Navy at the end of this first period. Back out, 2-on-1 the other way as the puck comes out. They keep that onside. Stick handling his way through, takes the shot. Prokop with the save, and a rebound save to keep his team even with White. I don't like that 2-on-1 chance, but
yeah, I don't like that either. It was a good defensive play though. Didn't give him a lot of options. Shooter. Pass, I guess.
There is a couple of options there. I don't know what else he'd do. I don't think he was going to sit down and pour himself a tea.
Hey, we saw it this morning. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Burnett feeding it up the far side to Foster, racing in on a breakaway. Devin Foster loses the handle on the backhand attempt. Sorry. Too much action here. Oh. In front now, Luke Weber up off the glass, not out, pinched in and held by the White defender. In front, shot taken, Prokop saves it again. Centering pass in front. Foster coming out, up to Weber, banks it off the boards for Fredette, racing in on the right wing. Fredette gets angled off of that one, and White turns it out. Pass it all the way across on the breakout. Walking in on McGowan, backing up. McGowan takes a poke at it, spins to the other side. Deflected shot, easily handled there by Prokop. Bevan up the far side. Weber sees Fredette, feeds him the pass. They stay on side with Fredette stick handling inside the blue line. He spins back around, takes the shot. Foster there looking for a rebound, none to be had. The goalie hangs on to it with $1:42 left to tick off the first period clock.
Starting to turn into a shooting match. I don't know if I love it or hate it.
I'd like to see more shots going the other way. Prokop's seeing a little bit too much action for my liking so far this game, with not as much retaliation. Haviland banging up against the boards, fighting, trying to hold this one in, kicking it forward. Castillo there with them, squirts out the opposite direction. Arapahoe Navy makes the outlet pass and coming through center ice. Deflected. Lauber just about flipped that one into the stand. No lucky souvenir, or lucky fan getting a souvenir that time. Oh, centering Castillo to Stewart. It was kicked out of the way there by White. Stewart has it, caught up in his feet. They go around, being chased by Haviland. He's going to get a penalty because that kid fell down. But Haviland's going to go to the box, 2 minutes for hooking as it's touched up here. It could have been a hold, could have been everything, but he didn't actually take him down.
Yeah, well,
he fell.
Yeah. That's a tough one to take right here.
That's not the way you want to get your name on the score sheet.
Here at the end of the period, too.
I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm not just saying it because it's my kid, but You just got to skate harder. Those hooking and holding calls are unnecessary, especially in the offensive zone like that.
With 57 seconds left.
Castillo falls down, can't get it out. Have to remind him that the ice is slippery. Duluth with the backhand. I lost the puck too, but Duluth found it. White picking it up on the power play, coming in, taking a shot. Prokop, loose puck on the side of the net. Roberts tripped up here. That's going to even up this penalty. And the White goalie was skating to the bench like he thought that would have been something if he broke free and got an empty netter for his efforts. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 30 seconds. Then we'll have a brief timeout and a word from our sponsors. Heading into the second period. Right now looking like it's going to be tied up, but this is an offensive draw for a line that's been wanting one here for a while. Popovic and Manick out there. Kolcheski and Canterbury. White knocking it over the far side. They just dumped that one down the ice. I don't think it's going to make it for icing. They wave it off, and Canterbury puts it around the boards for Manick, who they're taking their time to try and clear the zone. White steps into it. Popovic gets taken down there as both players go down hard. And it gets dumped in deep. That's going to wind the clock down here. And a hard-fought first period by both teams leaves the game scoreless after 14 minutes of action. Wow.
Yeah, wow. They have some pep in their step. They're just like to see a little bit more action down the under.
I'd like to see some. We talked about it this morning, and I know the coaches talked about it too. We did that video review at the hotel after this. The players were in there going through some notes. Making those passes as they're going north to south, not waiting until you're into the corner to feed it back to that trailer. Skate out of your end with F2 and F3 right there with you. Make those passes and work your way in to get a shot on the net. There's still a lot of single-handed hockey going on.
And when we get the chances, we got to bury it. We missed a few here. So.
Oh, there two posts and a crossbar. Oh, let's see if we can change this to the second period.
I'm slacking.
Where is this? Edit. There we go, second period, 0-0.
Second period.
See, Brian, we can do this without you. I'm just kidding, he's holding a knife to me right now. I want you back as soon as possible.
It's tough to watch and film. I don't know how you guys do it. If you feel like you're on a roller coaster, it's my fault.
I'm on a roller coaster of emotion right now as this second period gets started. And Popovic works his way into the offensive zone, trying to pass that one into center ice. And intercepted and cleared out. 4-on-4 still, picked back up at Canterbury, flipping that one into the stands. And one lucky fan gets to go home with a souvenir of a lifetime.
And it's ladies' night tonight here on Rink 6.
On Rink 6, it is ladies' night.
Yes.
Drinks are half price and everyone gets an autographed puck. One there by White. Canterbury on the back check. Popovic stepping in front of him. Ooh, falls down on a lost stick. That's Canterbury's stick that he's going to go pick up here. As they're fighting for it in the corner. White walking their way out of the corner. Stop before, had to get to Prokop. Canterbury rips it around the boards, and now there's a 16-second power play for Warriors Navy team as Manick brings it across the red line and fires it in. Pop chasing it into the corner. Manick pushing back and forth for it. Gets taken down, and now he's getting his head pushed into the ice. White steps out of the box, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey action. White trying to clear this one. Canterbury gets there, but not in time. We're going to have to glue that stick to his hands. He's lost it a couple of times here in the last chip. Hangs onto it that time, keeping the puck, passing it up to Manic, breaking out of his own zone to Popovic, who had to turn and stop for it. Dropping it back for Manic. Now White gaining Navy territory. Centering pass comes across. They get 2 shots off there. Looking for a third. Popovic trying to backhand it out. Kolcheski finally, does. And then he gets caught up in his. Ooh. Kolcheski takes out Beaudin, but the hit was clean, no call. And White comes in a little offside, I thought, but that's not my call to make. My zebra costume is at the cleaners. Beaudin fighting on the defensive side of things. Cannonberg takes a swipe at it, clears the zone. And with this long change, they're looking to make some changes, but White spins it fast, tipping it right back into Navy's zone. Cannonberg back in his own end. Circles, being pressured. Can't get it all the way out. White stealing. Foster flips it around. Oh. Cannonberg now bounces that puck up. They get it deep enough that deep pairing can get a change in. They were under a siege there on that last shift. White coming across, drops it off for his buddy at the blue line, but stepped in offside again. There's the goal that White's been waiting for. Coming in hot, and these players just look depressed. They gotta figure a way to fire themselves up here, Sean. Yeah, they can't just skate around and say, "Oh, I can't believe that went in." Yeah. Get back to center ice, find some kind of motivation, light these blades on fire.
Let's go, boys.
Foster, Weber, and Fredette. One push forward by White goes under Bevan's stick, and she's forced to retreat into her own zone. Putting it up off the boards. Fredette smashing it. White picks it up. Bevan back the other way. Leaves a drop pass from McGowan. Pauses a second with it. All the way up, and now Fredette in a foot race. Fredette's going to get to it first. Is he going to be able to power his way towards the net? He does, and the goalie comes across with him. Getting the toe on that one and making the save. McGowan in, shot, blocked in front. Puck is loose and they're banging for it. White comes out of the pile with it and skates their way out of the zone. Pass bounces over McGowan. He's back in his own zone. On his backhand behind the net. Around the boards to Fredette. Eli kicking that one up, but not out of the zone. Held in there, but then Weber feeds it up. McGowan now racing into the offensive zone. Gets beat there by White, but he's staying in deep pressure, and as White spins back the other way. Breakout pass uncontested. White picking this one up at center ice again, just skating in, controlling Navy. Pass across. White's going to make an attempt to come in the other side as the right side failed. Fired one high over the net and off the backboards. Keeping this in, DeLue now. Trying to figure a way to get this out of the zone. DeLue. Can't do it. White with a shot, and Prokop forced to kick that pad out again. White absolutely dominating Navy right now with that boost of confidence after that goal, and Navy is relying way too much on their goaltender. I don't even just at a loss of words. White wants this game. Tipped up, Stewart loses it, and it goes right back in. They're going to call that one offside, finish the line change, and try and fire themselves up to get going the other way. 8 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in this second period. Your Arapahoe Navy Warriors are trailing 1-0 to Arapahoe White here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Haviland tipping it out for Lauber. It goes around Up off the noggin. Glove down there by Haviland. White comes up with it. Stewart picks it up at center. Tries to dance around. White gets a stick on it. Stewart's still fighting. White wins that battle. And then puts it back up. Stewart turns at the blue line. Can't stick handle through. White clears it. Haviland keeps it inside the zone. Only briefly. White dumps it right back out. Castillo can't backhand it through. Lauber now with the puck bouncing over his stick. White working their way into the zone. Castillo turns around. Owen Castillo skating through center ice. Falls down. Haviland, the trailer, picks this up. He has on his backhand, shovels it towards the net. It's stopped by the White defenders. And Bodine has it. Collapsing on Bodine. Haviland knocking that one down, couldn't get the shot off. And White firing on all cylinders right now, bringing it back into the Navy zone. Bodine picks it up off the boards. Coming out of the zone is not going to happen on that side. Kolcheski feeds Haviland. Pass puts it between his legs. He has Pop there with him. Haviland stays with it, kicks it back to himself. Centers. It's loose in front still, and they can't find it. Haviland gets another shot off and another rebound. Kai Haviland passes that one back over to White, and now they dance the other way, making it a 3-on-1 against Cannonberg. There's that big stick of Henry Cannonberg tipping that one away. The feed up to Manick. He's got 1-on-2. Cole comes in, gets a shot off. It's blocked. Popovic trying to find that loose puck. And White back the other way. 6:54 left to go in second period action. The shot is gloved down by Prokop. He hangs on and settles this game down a little bit.
You got to find a way to bury one of these. We're getting some good opportunities. Just can't put one in the basket.
No, the puck's been loose. They're swinging at a bouncing puck off a couple of posts. Hopefully we can get some luck and a bounce to go our way here soon. Bodine, Popovic flips it out of the zone to Manick. Right back in. McGowan dumps it all the way down the far side. That's going to hit some snow. No way it's making it for an icing call as White picks it up in their own zone. Outlet pass by White, sending this one across. McGowan racing for it, knocks it down. Trailing White player picks it up, taking it into the corner. Manick gives him a shove into the boards, but they still control the puck. Have it in the slot, take the shot. Bevan with the block in front, finds it falling out of her equipment, and they're still banging away for it. Bodine off the boards and out. Not the way they want to be playing hockey, just clearing the zone to relieve pressure. Intercepted there by Fredette. Hammered into the corner. Popovic out to the point. Held in by Bevan. Fredette circles, presses it up, still controls, looking over his shoulder, trying to get this one out in front. All the way back out to the point to McGowan. Takes his time with it. Shot, makes it all the way through. Down off the goalie's pad. Fredette trying to wrap around each way. Still has it. Centers, and that one's in. That has to be in. That has to be in. It's under the goalie over the red line. No goal, they wave it off. How is that? I thought that was in before it even came, like that was in on the initial shot. No luck going the way of the Navy right now.
Well, you kind of create your own luck, though. Hard work creates a lot of luck.
That is true. They got to dig deep for this one. Fredette back to the point. Shot in there by DeLue. White coming the other way. Lauber forcing him off the puck and clearing it right back out to neutral territory. They dump that one in. It's going to be offside. 5:09 left to go in the second period. And your Warriors Navy squad is having a struggle trying to find the back of the net. Lauber finds Weber, clears the zone, and Fredette is racing. Foster with them, going to the net. Burdette centering, and Foster couldn't find the puck as it went through the crease. Lauber couldn't hold it in at the blue line. Weber gets back, breaking it up, slowing it down, back to Duluth, dancing around a couple players. Prue Duluth's gonna go for a walk with this one. Gets stood up there at the blue line, and it gets bounced back out for Fredette. Up off a player on the bench. That one's gonna stay outside for another faceoff. They didn't start the clock on that play either, because we still have 5 minutes and 3 seconds left to go.
Never posted that one score.
Was the what? Oh, the score?
Yeah. There's.
Yeah, 1-0.
I
There we
didn't
go.
want to do it. I felt like I had to.
Draw one there by White. They come in 3-on-2. Shot, blocker save. Looking for a rebound. Stewart back over to Cannonberg behind his net. Flips it into the corner. Nobody there but a gray jersey. They feed it back out to the point. So they look to get set up. Take the shot, flip it in, gets all the way to Prokop, who kicks it aside. Cannonberg in a battle. Stewart joining him fight. White coming out with it. Oh, right to the center, coming up to the slot is Castillo. He powers his way through it.
Help him!
Castillo going in, gets knocked down. Puck loose, back up the boards. Haviland was the trailer. Tip that one back for Cannonberg. Cannonberg loses his stick again. Castillo with the centering pass, intercepted by White. Bouncing in front. White can't clear. Haviland lifts his stick. They get it back out to the blue line and finally get it out of the zone. White racing back the other way. Comes in, does some fancy stick handling, makes a drop pass over for Haviland, who gets it back up to Castillo, can't clear the zone, and White back on the attack. That's a haul down there, if you ask me. Stewart gets taken down into the corner. No call on the play, and White continuing to control. Shot deflected, going up high, and Cannonberg back at it, but White comes out of the corner with it. Haviland falling down into the boards, and then out. Castillo can't get it, but that one sneaks across the blue line. And Kolchevsky trying to work his way up. Castillo's got an opportunity now, taking this one wide around, still has it. Kolchevsky towards the front of the net. Steele finds Haviland trailing, he was on his backhand, swiped at it, and then White gets it clear of the zone. Oh, lucky there.
That was close, but
it was a close call, but he did the dive over the boards to save the too many men penalty.
I called that either way, but it was getting close.
What's getting close is the end of the second period, and your Navy still have not put a tally on the board. Gallen looking up for Popovic, couldn't find him, and White picks it up, going back the other way. Bevan couldn't find Bodine streaking out of the zone. White intercepts and continues to pressure. McGowan around the boards. Manic spinning. Two White players right on top of that puck in the corner. Going through McGowan, falling down, but still getting a puck to the front of the net that's kicked out by one of the defense sticks. Bevan up the boards and out, tangled up there. Not
Still
out
in.
of the zone. Now McGowan has a chance. Taking his time, ringing it around the boards. Manic skates over to it. Can't get the puck out. Back to basics here, working on some breakouts. There's nobody pressuring the White team in the when they're on the offense attack. White centering, backhanded, back out. Bodine gets it and just has to dump it down the ice to relieve that pressure. It's going to be an icing call. They're going to get a chance to change as they were on defense for that entire last 2 minutes. Hoping to change that now with 1:35 left to go. New legs out onto the ice for your Warriors team. Packed house here too. Stands are full up top on the bleachers. This is the one everybody's been looking forward to. Arapahoe Navy and Arapahoe White. The prize ticket to Minnesota today. Shot, saved by Prokop. Foster, back to Lauber. Backhands it around. DeLue gets it back after it was stolen from him. Now racing out, Crew's gonna hang on to it. Drops it over to Fredette, taking it into the corner. He's bodied off the puck as two White players tangle him up. Jumps free to Foster in the front. Fredette tries to get a shot up. It was blocked. Eli Fredette back on the blue line with it. Gets knocked past Crew, sticking it down. Eli back over to Devin Foster, racing across the red line. And White puts a quick stop to that, turning the action back the other way. Now 2-on-1. Lauber forcing it into the corner after a great check from behind there by Weber. Unable to control the puck is Navy, and Foster finally tips it into the corner, but they're not out of the zone yet. Pass up to Fredette. Final minute of play here as Fredette comes skating through center ice, trying to do something with it. Can't skate through three players like we talked about. Back out to Lauber. Oh, that's a shot to the head. That was an elbow right to the head. That's a little bit uncalled for. Stewart gets stood up at the blue line, knocked down. Out to the blue line again, 20 seconds left to go. They clear the zone and White coming the other way. DeLue with a good stick from behind. Fredette trying to make his way through. Game getting a little bit more physical here at the end, with White being on the giving end of most of it. And they're just continuing to attack this Navy team.
Man.
Gets flipped to the other side, and these coaches better have some magical powers and words to say to these kids right now. They're gonna skate off and they're going to the locker room. There's gonna be a second intermission ice clean. I'm not gonna continue to talk through this whole period right now because I don't know what to say. I'm gonna mute these mics. You guys go mix yourself a margarita, finish mowing your lawn, whatever you gotta do. Put the last shingle on that roofing job you've been working on in the shed. And we'll see you back here after the Zamboni has done its thing. Well, you survived that. I don't know if we did. But you guys are back comfy in your chairs, laid out in your loungers in the back of your pontoon boats with the big screens on. Stopped your experiments on the space station and tuning back in for third period action. Harry Haviland and Sean Stewart here with you, live from Rink 6 at the Super Rink in Minneapolis, Minnesota, home of the United States Women's National Team. I'm not even making that up. There's a big sign across the ice that I'm sure everybody's seen.
For those who haven't,
I've appreciated the play-by-play.
Oh, thank you. Refs making their way back to the ice here. That's going to signal the teams to come on soon. And hopefully these kids... Who's that?
Shaver, is that you?
Oh. Here we go. The refs are putting these nets back on. And as I was saying, I'm hoping these coaches and these kids found it somewhere in deep, figured out what they're doing.
got a message.
Got the message to them. Scott coming back right now. Maybe you can give us some insight what was said in that locker room. Oh no, he's staying tight-lipped down there. Doesn't want to give away any secrets on national television. But I don't know, Sean and I were having some off-camera discussions there, and we want to see some team play here. We want to see these guys wanting to do it for each other, digging that extra bit deeper so you can help your team succeed. We shall see what happens. No matter the outcome of this one, we play tomorrow at 4:30. Is it 4:30?
4:30?
Somewhere around there.
Something like that.
It's on my Facebook if you haven't seen it. Ask your player, ask your teammate. The schedule will be on TSN up in Canada, ESPN 3 down here in the United States.
4:50.
4:50 p.m. Central's time against Waukesha. Waukesha, I've heard all kinds of stuff.
Like we played Cottage Lap yesterday.
Mixing it up a little. Manic at center with Bodine and Haviland on the wings to start this one. All right, they did make some changes. We'll see what happens here. Annenberg and Kolcheski get the start on defense. Haviland off the boards, working his way in. Shoved off the puck there, but he gets tipped in deep. Manic chasing behind the net. Rung around the far side over to Kannenberg. Rolling puck off the tip of his stick. Back over to White as they make their way through. Haviland on the back check with the stick lift. And then the drop pass. Another stick on it, and a clapper goes into the corner. White backhanding it out, setting themselves up in their offensive zone. Bodine back over. Kolcheski can't sneak it through the skates of the White attacker. Haviland with the tip out. White gets to the puck first. Kannenberg behind the net. He checks up. He's got some time here to look what he wants to do. Rings that one all the way around the boards. Gets tipped back to himself. And then passes it up the middle, intercepted by White. Stick onto it, but the White team holds it in at the blue line. Putting that one deep into the corner, trying to get a little action going on. They get it back to the point, shooting it in. Bodine tipped it into the corner. In front, White with the shot. Prokop coming across big as White just comes out the way they went into that locker room with the pressure all on top of Prokop.
I think a little hustle for these board battles would be helpful.
There's a lot of loose pucks that just get watched bounce off the boards until White goes to pick them up. Back to McGowan. Quick pass to Bevan. As a streak in Foster gets it to Fredette. Foster staying on side as Fredette gains his zone. Eli Fredette working his way in, centering that one. Oh, a loose puck in front. Weber could not knock it in. Wide open net. We had two guys in front of the net on that one too. White working their way through. Come in, dump it deep. McGowan in his own end. Tipped up, and they got a skate. Go get this puck. Popovic racing his way down there. Gets to it, and they wave icing off. But then the white team just picks it right back up. Foster with the steal behind the net. His stick lifted, and it's taken back away, this fresh sheet of ice. Out to the point. Bevan holding in the blue line, standing him up. White can't knock it out. Foster stick handles through. Foster with pop in front. Foster finds another post. Ringing that one out. Graham McGowan in deep. Working his way out of the corners, up in his skates. Foster with the shot, pad save. Rebound goes right over to White. White team clearing the zone. Foster trying to take it away from behind. But then White keeps it, shoots it. Blocked by Annie Bevan. Eli Fredette tips that one ahead, goes off for a change. White recognizing the whole forward line changing, and now they come back in 3-on-2. Shot. Wolkoff with another save.
Sloppy change there.
11:09 left to go in the third period. It's a 1-0 game, White over Navy right now. Castillo, Stewart, and Weber. Across, up to Castillo. Into the corner, centers. It was picked up there by White. Nobody home at all. Back to White. They just knocked that one in and go chase it into the corner. Lauber leaving that one over for Weber. Takes some time, finds Castillo. He's got some speed underneath him. Castillo takes the shot, and I don't know if it was deflected or not, but it went off the glass behind the net, and now Stewart's working his way out of the corner. Stewart takes a short angle shot off the belly of the goalie and bounced right back out to Delu at the point. In. Pad save here. Finally some pressure here from the Navy squad as Stewart leaves that one out there for Lauber, dumping it back in deep. Lauber chasing with Weber in behind the net. And nobody on that puck. They bring it around the far side. White can't clear the zone as Bodine and Delu keep it in. Back over to Castillo. Stick handles around one and then loses the puck. Bodine doesn't let it go out of the zone. Coming into the circle. Barrett with a shot off the pad and off a post. Another shot off the side of the net. All the way to the outside. Lauber gets taken down from behind, smashing his head into the ground. And then Haviland at the blue line on his own, skating around. Kai Haviland working his way into the corner. Manick going towards the front of the net. Goalie can't hang on to it. It's over to the far side and out of the zone by White. Coming up, Manick pressuring on the back check. They make the centering pass across. Broken up there by Kolchevsky and out to Bodine. Bodine can't go around the player at center ice. Manick takes it away though, but it's not out of the zone. In deep for Kannenberg behind his own net now. Tries to tip that one up ahead. Ends up having a retreat back behind his own net. And Kolchevsky gets beat to the puck in the corner there and then leaves it over for Bodine. Held in at the blue line by White, over to Haviland on the far side. Gets up there and they doesn't even get to the red line, dumps it in for an icing call, bringing this one all the way back down. 8:40 left to go, and I just want to shut the TV off. Did I say that or think that?
No, you said it. You said what we were all feeling.
Or at least change the channel. Not you at home. We need you. Without you, the sponsors stop coming in. Without the sponsors, we can't afford Wi-Fi. Popovic coming up with Fredette. Popovic going down, swinging though. Around the far side, White ringing it around. McGowan can't hold that in, but that one's gonna go all the way down the ice.
Oh, it hit
Taking a bump, and it's gonna be a race down to it. They were on their wheels. That player off the White. Foster centering Popovic in for Fredette now. Got me all confused. They just get used to lines and then they go mess it up. But hopefully they're finding some winning combinations right now, because what they had in the first couple periods didn't seem to be working. Shot, left in front of Fredette. Takes it, loose puck, they can't find it. Fredette looking for another net, shot at it. Back out to the point of Bevan, settling the losing puck, kicking it into the corner to Foster. Foster can't stick handle through there, gets taken away, and White coming back out through center ice. They gain the right side of the red line, dump that one all the way in. To Popovic, off his skates. Foster was behind him, but now it's ahead of him, he's chasing it down. Stops, holds up, makes a feed across to McGowan. Graham McGowan comes in, takes the shot. Goalie coming across, making the save. The puck is loose though. Popovic and Fredette in there chasing it down. White comes out, goes up ahead of them. Oh, he had it, lost it, but found it back again as the whistle was blowing. As we get another line change here, Weber out with Castillo and Stewart. Back to Castillo right up the middle. Picked up there by White and held in at the blue line by the same team. Galoo can't get it out. They're going to take both of them. Some extracurriculars going on behind the play. I didn't see it, but obviously the ref did. He's going to send both of them to the box. They're going to take a minute and a half and think about all the bad things that they've done. Five on five is the call. Canterbury jumps over and joins back on D. One back cleanly by White. They control the blue line. Stop and up. Castillo has got to chase this one down. He's got it, but he's wide in the corner. Weber coming towards the front of the net, getting the puck over to him, and he can't. It's stick down there by White. And out of the zone, back Castillo and Weber collide at center ice. And White turns and dumps that one down. They're going to call that one icing, though. With 6:40 left on the clock, 6:39, they let it take an extra second. 1-0 is still the score. The OTT Sports Network is the only place you're going to find this kind of action, unfortunately. Steele leaning in to take this draw. One back by White. They're in behind their own net, have some time with it. Still with time, feeding that play all the way across. Weber chasing it back, forcing him wide into the corner. Gets rung around the boards, back out. White holding this one in at the blue line. Can't get this out. I'm at a loss for words. I really am. That doesn't happen to me too often. Castillo, another attempt at it. Puck is on angle. He comes around, takes a shot right into the goalie's pads. He keeps it out of the net.
Need some quality chances.
What's that?
Need some quality chances here.
Yeah. I mean, they've had a couple throughout this game. They have hit some posts, but that does not matter when it comes down to it. All that counts is the total on that scoreboard at the end of the third period. Cannonberg up to Bodine, gaining the blue line, gets run into. Manick holding it in. Right back up. Manick gets it back again, pushes forward. Circling around, White falls down. Back to Cannonberg inside his own zone. Backhands it up. Bodine there at center ice with it. Loses it. Tip back in, and they're forced back into their own end to chase it down. Hammered out of the zone, but right to the blue line and held up. Manick has a chance to come get this one. White gets to the puck first, knocks it out. Kolcheski has it. Tipped over to Haviland. Haviland taking this one wide. Gets the puck towards the net, but not all the way in. Out of the zone. Kept in and then out. Flip back up to the blue line. Manic going around, has Haviland going in the net with him. Feeds it over, makes the tip, and it just goes up over the net. Haviland still controlling in the corner. Centering pass doesn't get through. Bodine holding it in at the blue line. Tips that one back. Bevan has to race for it, gets it back in onside, but there is only the gray jerseys there waiting for it. Arapahoe White comes in, takes a shot, blockered down by Prokop. Bevan has it. We're under 4.5 minutes left to go in this game. Your Navy squad still trailing by 1. McGowan working it out. Haviland up far. It was tipped down by Manic. Haviland forced back into it. Swings and backhands that one in. They peel off for a change. Off the boards and out. Popovic keeps that one. Waits for his teammates to get onside. Tries to shovel it in. And then McGowan holds it up in his skates. Gray McGowan coming across, trying to get this one over. Finds Foster, but Popovic's offside for another whistle. 3 minutes and 51 seconds for something crazy to happen here. Wow. It's unfortunate that our kids won't be able to eat unless they score a couple of goals. Eli Fredette might have heard me. He's hungry. Coming in. Eli passes across, and they can't get a stick on it. Against the boards, the white team. They go down in front. Puck was stopped there. Spinning around. Popovic to Foster. Loose puck. Keeps shoveling towards the net. Out to the point. McGowan steps in off the blue line, holding that one. Tries to shoot it in deep, and White just turns, fires that one all the way down. And this is starting to look like a familiar sight that we saw this morning, starting around the 3:15 mark. That team just started icing the puck, and wore it down that way. Got to keep the pressure on here. Your Navy squad looking for a big tally right now. Foster winning it over to Popovic. White comes up with it. Foster fighting in the corner. He's being held up, and there's going to be a whistle and a penalty against White here for holding, as Foster was muscling his way into the corner. And I don't know if I have to say it or if it's just implied that this is a must-score power play.
I don't see a whole lot more chances coming than this.
No questions that this has to happen right now. They know it. Waiting for the penalty to get up on the clock. It's at 1:30 with 3:08 left to go.
When we changed to 1:30, there were 2 this morning, weren't there?
White getting it out of the zone, dumping it in deep on the right side of the red line. I'm sure we didn't change the period on the clock either. We didn't have enough time watching the Zamboni go around. Oh, that's a trip again. We're gonna get a 5-on-3 opportunity right now. 5-on-3 for 1:09. Well, if I don't have to say it, do I, or is it just implied?
You're not going to get many more chances than this.
You're not going to get a better opportunity. Not going to get a better opportunity than this. Foster, Fredette, Popovic, DeLue, and Matt. It's not Manic. Sorry. Out. Held in there by Fredette. Sorry, I'm watching the game and not calling it. Fredette centering. DeLue stepping in from the blue line. No, whips on the shot. Picked back up in the slot, cleared out to the point. Lobber can't hold it in. Forced back outside the blue line. They have got the goalie pulled 6-on-3. 6-on-3 shot in. Goes in behind the net. Castillo back end that one in. 6-on-3, guys. They shouldn't be touching the puck. Fredette circling in the corner. Foster looking for a way out. Back out to the point. DeLue with it. Taking the shot, looking for a tip. Lauber stepping in on the far side. Back out to DeLue. The shot goes in, blocked and deflected over to the side. They can't clear this one out because Steele, walking out of the corner, gets held up and taken down. DeLue now. Backhands it in. The chance in front, puck is losing. They can't find the back of the net. What is going on? Lauber taking the shot, blocked down. Probably couldn't find the open net. 6-on-4 now with 11 seconds left to go. Comes out of the zone. Back in, it's going to be offside. Minute 23 left to go. 6-on-4 for another 7 seconds. And I am blown away. The steal, Fredette, Foster, Popovic. Foster settles it down, walking in. Coming out of the box is the player. 6-on-5 with the goalie pulled. Cannonberg towards the front of the net. Fredette going for it. Kolchevsky's dropped back too. Off the glass and back out. Kolchevsky can't handle it. Back to center ice. Popovic up against, glove down. The steal, working his way in. They're going to call a hand pass with 49 seconds left to go. Well, I got to say, White wanted it.
And White wanted it. They earned it.
Popovic to the bench. Weber taking his place out here as the sixth man. Steele back over. Cannonberg up the boards. They flip that one in. Net is empty. Cannonberg trying to figure out what he wants to do with it. Passes it up to Weber. Loses that one at center ice. They put it back in. Kolchevsky can't handle it. Wide open net here for White as they come in. And there's 2 empty net goals in just as many games. And White has beaten the Navy squad here. It's 2-0 with 25 seconds left to go in the game. Amazing effort here by White. I'm not taking anything away from their game whatsoever. Well, that's about it. We play tomorrow at 4 o'clock or whatever it is to see if we're going to be 4th or 5th.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know what the results of the other game that happened over there, but
I don't think it matters.
no, well, it all depends. If there's 3-0 team, there might be an opportunity if Waukesha beats us tomorrow. Well, yeah, 4th or 5th.
4th or 5th.
That means a 7:10 in the morning game on Monday. Or 7:30, whatever it is. It's going to be early. 9 seconds ticking off this clock here. White can celebrate a great victory over the Navy team as they shut us out. Can't say much more than that other than I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm done chatting this one up. Harry Haviland, thanks to Sean Stewart for helping me out today. We'll see you guys tomorrow.